make A the subject of the relation in reference to C, D, and B using the equation the fraction 3A minus B over 5A minus B equals the fraction C over D, right? So let's carefully solve for A in terms of B, C, and D from the given equation, which is the fraction 3A minus B over 5A minus B equals C over D, right? So the first thing to do is to cross multiply to eliminate the fraction, right? So the denominator at the right hand side of the equation will cross multiply the numerator on the left hand side of the equation, and the denominator at the left hand side of the equation will cross multiply to the numerator on the right side of the equation. So you are going to have D multiplying 3AB equals C multiplying 5A minus B, right? So D multiplying 3A minus B equals C multiplying 5A minus B, right? So when we are done, we expand both sides. So D multiplying 3A will give us 3AD, right? Then D multiplying negative B will give us negative BD, right? Equals C multiplying 5A will give us 5AC. C multiplying negative B will give us negative BC, right? So we group all terms involving A on one side and bring A terms to the left and the remaining to the right. Okay, so we are going to have, that is grouping like terms, right? So we are going to have 3AD minus 5AC equals negative BC plus BD, right? Because we maintain 3AD, right? And 5AC is a positive number. So when it crosses the equal to sign, it will change its form to become a negative number, right? Whenever a number crosses the equal to sign, it will change its form to become the reciprocal side of the number. So if it's a negative number, it will become a positive number. If it's a positive number, it will become a negative number. So that's how come we have positive 5AC jumping the equal to sign to become a negative 5AC. So we have 3AD minus 5AC equals, we maintained this negative BC here, right here. So we maintain the negative BC, and this negative BD here on the left side of the equation is a negative number, it's a negative BD, right? So when it will change its form to become positive when it crosses the equal to sign, right? So this negative BD becomes a positive BD after it crosses the equal to sign. So that's how come we have positive BD here. So we are going to have our equation to be 3AD minus 5AC equals negative BC plus BD, right? So we factor out A on the left side and B on the right side, right? So A and B are the common variables at both sides of the equation, right? So we factored out, or we factor them out. So when we bring A out, what number can multiply A to for us to get 3AD? And the only number on this earth is 3D, right? So 3 multiplying A multiplying 3D will give us 3AD, okay? And A multiplying negative 5C will give us negative 5AC, right? So 5C is also the only number on the planet that can multiply A for us to get negative 5AC. So that's negative 5C is the only number. So we are going to have our A to be A multiplying or in bracket 3D minus 5C. Okay. And also B, which is the common factor here, is brought out. And which number, okay, can multiply, okay, true for B to get a negative C, right, attached to it is negative C. Okay, so for us to get negative BC, B multiplying negative C will give us negative BC, right? Also, which number can multiply positive B for us to get positive BD? And that number is a positive D. So that's how come there is a positive D here. So our equation is going to be B multiplying D will give us positive BD. That's positive B multiplying positive D. Okay, will give us positive BD, right? And positive B multiplying negative C will give us negative BC, because negative and positive coming together will give you negative, right? So that's how come our negative BC plus BD gives us B multiplying all in brackets D minus C, right? So we solve for A. Okay, so in solving for A, right, A is giving us A multiply all in bracket 3D minus 5C, right? So it means A is dependent on 3D minus 5C all in brackets, right? So we want A to become independent for it to be the subject of the relation, right? So we have to cancel out the dependent variables that is attached to A for A to become independent, right? So that variable, that dependent variable that is attached to A for which doesn't like allow A to become the subject or let A to stand on its own is 3D minus 5C. So we cancel out with 3D minus 5C, right? So, and also whatever you do for the left hand side of the equation, you do same for the right hand side of the equation, right? So we are going to have the fraction A multiplying 3D minus 5C over 3D minus 5C equals B multiplying D minus C, okay, over 3D minus 5C, right? So 3D, we do some cancellations here. 3D minus 5C will cancel itself out. 3D minus 5C will cancel itself out here, right? For A to become independent. So we are going to have, okay, so we are going to have our A as an independent variable, or the subject of the relation as A equals the fraction B multiplying D minus C over 3D minus 5C, right? So hence, making A the subject of the relation, A is equal to the fraction B multiplying D minus C over 3D minus 5C. Thank you so much for watching today's video. Kindly do well to subscribe for more. Thank you. Bye.